How are we getting on, people? Luke here from LAGFX. We are back today with another Sunday Sessions video. If you are new to this series, it is where we go through a few markets and a few pairs that we feel hold great opportunities in placing profitable positions. So we basically take our time in doing a full top-down analysis on a few pairs and give you guys zones and areas that you can go off and implement onto your own charts and then hopefully profit with the LAGFX team. Now, there are many reasons as to why we feel the Sunday Sessions videos are very important to watch, because as I said, it gives you guys trading opportunities. You are able to then go off, implement things to your own charts, and then profit with us as we give you setups for potential trades. But it also shows you guys exactly how we do our analysis, which enables you guys to learn and obviously pick up on some tips and tricks. Now, if you do go on to enjoy this video, be sure to leave it a thumbs up. All the support you guys provide is very much appreciated. Now, without further ado, let's jump straight into this week's Sunday Sessions video. So you'll see on screen that I have the Great British Pound to the US dollar market. This is a pair that I have been trading a lot as of recently. You can see the multiple positions that we have been placing, and we have profited on every single one of them. I am actually going to make a weekly review or a 2-weekly review video very soon, showcasing some of these trades and the opportunities that could have been taken and the profits that could have been made by placing these these positions. But what I'm wanting to do now is give you some zones and areas that you can work with and you can potentially trade from this coming week. So you'll notice how this market is trading us bearish. We are seeing the production of lower highs and lower lows. What I'm wanting to see now, because we are within a corrective phase at the moment, if we just zoom in slightly, you'll see how price is putting in that bullish correction. I'm wanting to see price actually tap and penetrate this higher time frame supply zone. Now, once it does so, I can expect, or we can expect, some kind of rejection to the downside. And hopefully we can have the confirmation that this corrective wave has finished and the new impulsive wave is ready to take place. Now, how will that be delivered to us? Well, what I would want to see is for price to, as I said, penetrate this zone, show good signs of rejection, and actually break structure to the downside. Because as we know, a break of structure represents an end of one trend and the start of another. So if we are delivered with a break of structure in or around this zone, it would confirm to us that this corrective wave has finished and the next impulsive wave is ready to take place. So once we have been delivered with that confirmation, all we would do then is wait for some kind of pullback. Once we are delivered with a pullback, that gives us the ability to get involved in this market with a refined entry, and then obviously we can look to obviously execute those positions. So a break of structure may look like this. We have broken this protected low. We've had the production of a lower high. This suggests bearishness. We would then wait for price to pull back into a fractal supply zone, and then we would trade price lower. So let me just highlight a imaginary supply zone. We would find a supply zone like so. We'd wait for price to trail back into it. Once price has trailed back into it and rejected, we would then look to execute our positions. We would have our stop loss set just above the peak that is created or the zone itself, and then we can take this market down to the previous swing low. Now the previous swing low is here. So realistically, we would want to set it just above, just to ensure that our take profit can be achieved. Because as we know, in bearish structure, we have the production of lower highs and lower lows. So in theory, price should go on to create a lower low. So just by setting it above the previous lower low, this will guarantee that our take profit will be achieved. So that is my setup for the Great British Pound US dollar market. As of next week, I won't be looking to buy in to this market before I sell. I will just be sitting patiently and waiting for that selling opportunity. So if you haven't done already, highlight this zone for yourself. Pause the video now and highlight this zone out for yourself, as this is going to be an area we could look to potentially sell from. Okay, now moving over to the Euro US dollar market. This is a market that I am actually involved in at the moment. I've still got a trade running on this. So what I'll do is I'll throw up my profit sheets and my open trade so you can see for yourself. But we are wanting to see price continue trading us higher into, again, this supply zone here. Once price is tapped into this supply zone, we can then look to sell into this market longer term. We saw price tap into this demand zone, which has basically flipped the supply and demand balance. and has encouraged the production of the next corrective wave, which is what we are seeing at the moment. Now, moving forward, and how can we look to profit in this market this coming week? Well, realistically, we could look to buy into this market before we sell longer term. So what we would want to do is we would want to look at the previous structure that has been put into this market to try and find any inefficient structure or any unmitigated areas or candles. So if we just go down on time frames, I can see this last sell to buy region here, which is screaming out to me straight away, but we have had price tap into that. So that may have cleared any remaining orders there. So if we just zoom in a little bit more just to try and find anything else. Now, after zooming in on this market, there's only two other areas that I really feel price could trail back into, which is this one and this one. Now, if we just highlight this, I'm pretty sure price has already tapped into this. Yep, so we've had price wick into that, which has then obviously instigated this next move higher. So I do feel price will dig deeper and lower into this market, potentially tapping us into this zone. And then obviously from this zone, we should see price reverse and then trade us higher. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set an alert for just above this zone and wait for price to penetrate and tap into this. Once we have that penetration and rejection to the upside, we'd want a break of structure as always, and then we can look to obviously trade into this market. So if you haven't highlighted this zone out for yourself, then please do so. The increments are going to be here on the right hand side. So pause the video, highlight this zone out for yourself and wait for price to pull back. From there, we can obviously look to buy into this market once we have been delivered with all confirmation parameters that we need. Now, in terms of our take profit target, where would it be and where would we set it? Well, as I mentioned earlier, we have a supply zone here. So again, pause the video and highlight this supply zone out for yourself. This is going to be another area that we could look to sell from. So we want to take profit here in those buy positions, and then we want to sell from this zone as well. So not only does it give us a take profit target, but it also gives us an area to sell from longer term. Okay, so in the coming week, I will be looking to buy into this market more so, and then selling longer term once we have the penetration of this higher time frame supply zone. Okay, heading over to XAU USD. So as you can see on the extreme higher time frame structure, we had the penetration of this supply zone here. We've seen the deliverance of bearishness. We've had multiple breaks of structure to confirm longer term bearishness. What we are seeing now is price putting in that corrective wave. How do we know this? Well, this here represents the last structural high within this bearish structure, as this went on to set the lowest low that price has set as of recent. So we can highlight this as a protected high. Price has just recently surpassed this, which tells us that this impulsive wave, this initial impulsive wave has finished and the corrective wave is underway. Obviously, we want to get involved in buy positions, trading us into this supply zone here. So what I've done for you all is I've highlighted two potential demand zones that we can look to buy from. So pause the video and put these zones and areas out on the markets for yourself so we can look to buy from here. What I'm actually expecting is for price to pull back, trading us into one of two zones before actually taking us higher into this market. We can expect a pullback to happen because we have just had a break of structure to the upside. So price is now going to correct itself, pick up more demand, and then trade price higher. Okay, highlight these demand zones that we can look to buy from at the start of this week, and then have the supply zones marked out as well as areas to take profit from, and then obviously looking to sell longer term, because this is a bearish market, so we definitely want to be looking to sell longer term, but we have confirmation that price is within a corrective phase, so we want to take advantage of that corrective phase before we then go on to sell longer term. Now finally, heading over to the Japanese yen. This again is another bearish market. We are, however, within a corrective phase, so we want to take advantage of this corrective phase. Whilst price is trading in a bullish manner, we obviously want to buy into this market. I've highlighted a supply zone. To pause this video, highlight this out for yourself. This is going to be an area we can sell from longer term. For the time being, we obviously want to look for buying opportunities. So if I just zoom down and go down to the 4-hour time frames, you'll see here that I've highlighted a supply zone. Price is going to tap into this. We had a sweep of any inefficient structure that was left below, but we've not actually seen price tap into this. I do truly believe price is going to tap into this, produce us with some kind of bearishness where we can look to sell temporarily, and then it'll just be a case of finding a demand zone that price needs to come back down to before taking us higher. Once we sell into this market, we'll find that demand zone, we'll close those positions, and then we'll look to buy from that demand zone, taking us all the way into this higher time frame supply zone. From there, we can then look to sell longer term. So as I say, mark this supply zone out for yourself. This is going to be somewhere we can look to sell from temporarily. We can maybe catch 200-300 pips on this move and then close those positions, look to buy, where we'll then take price all the way up into this higher time frame supply zone, where we can then look to obviously sell longer term as well. So highlight that supply zone that I gave you there. Also highlight this supply zone as well, and implement them into your own charts, and hopefully in this coming week we can all profit together. Now that is going to conclude my analysis for this Sunday sessions video. I hope you guys have enjoyed the content that I've provided for you all. I hope you've taken the time to actually implement and apply some of these zones to your own charts, as these are going to be areas we can look to trade from. So I'm giving you free trading opportunities. Just ensure that you are delivered with the right confirmation and confluence before actually executing positions on these pairs and from these zones, because without that confirmation, it actually deems our analysis invalid. So we need to make sure that everything plays out as it should do before we look to actually execute in those trades. Now, if you guys aren't involved in the Learning Lounge group chat, get yourself involved. Link will be in the description. It is completely free to join. You just click on the link and it takes you straight through to the group. And if you're looking to join any of our VIP services, then again, join the Learning Lounge group chat. There's loads of information on there about joining our VIP services. Now, without blabbering on too much, I hope you guys have enjoyed. Thank you very much for watching, and we will catch you all in the next Sunday Sessions video.